invention number 8, and Bach wrote 15 inventions. They are actually two-part hand pieces, and they are great work for you to work on the independence of fingers and also the control of each hand individually to do part playing. Part playing is one of the most difficult things in piano playing, and that's why when Bach died, his pieces were considered to be old-fashioned because he had lots of part playing works like this. We have two parts. But then during Mendelssohn's time in the Romantic period, 19th century, he starts to revive works of Bach, and then the whole world came to the consensus that we understand that these sort of pieces are the best because it really developed you to be able to have better coordination, control, and understanding of key changes and harmonic intensities and also contrasts. So this is really great. You have to practice it very carefully, especially the semi-quavers. You have to learn to play the quavers in non-legato and then semi-quavers legato, and that will make it more interesting for you. Of course, it's not edited, and in Bach's time, anything can happen, anything can be possible, anything can be done. So they can just articulate differently each time when they play it. So it's up to you to try to articulate if you want to have 4. For example, at bar 5 and bar 6, or 8, then 4, 8, 4, or 2. Right? There's lots of variety, just up to your taste and interpretation. And these were all played on the harpsichord in those days, and therefore there was not enough dynamic range. But today on the piano, you can have lots of dynamic range. Therefore, you can contrast between the right hand and the left hand. For example, bar 1 to 2 is right hand stronger, and then bar 2, the left hand is also strong. So you have this thing coming in, and then the right hand take over, and then right hand. Now we have together at bar 5. So this is together. Work on coordination. Drill it carefully, and always in 4. 1 da 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 da. So there's an imperceptible accent at the end, at the start of the semi-quavers in group of 4, and then you just go away at the end. Just a little bit decreasing at the end. And now bar 7, right hand quavers more, and then left hand quavers more at bar 8. Now this is a complicated one. At bars 9 to 11, you've got to drill them. Now you're going to work this slowly. Check the fingering because we're going down in 6. Now moving to C major. And that's what's going to happen. So we're starting in F major in 3/4 time, simple triple time. We move into C major at bar 12. And from there on, we explore into some other keys there. And then we have G minor there at bar 17, and then at bar 19, and then D minor, and then slowly we maneuver back into the key of F major, ending in F major, and then at the end. So that's a very quick synopsis of what's happened throughout the whole piece, but you have to practice it carefully and make sure you have the right hand, left hand independently, knowing where to play louder in the themes and then where to back off when you're not playing the themes. So like I said before, you have to drill a lot at bars 9 to 11. That slowly, and then slowly. Speed up. Just one pattern on its own. Next one. And then put them 2 together. And once you're secure 5 times. And if it's not secure, do it again. And then try it for 5 times on the 2 groups. And then slowly. That's what you need to do, and then drill that, and then once it's ready, you can go. And then this part as well. And complicated. So you must drill them in very small segments, this bar 9 to 11. Very important, very slowly, even in daughter rhythms if you need to. So it's much easier if you have been this way. See, but Bach wasn't like that. His playing was always contrapuntal, and it's very complicated because you have the right hand doing something, left hand doing something else, and you have to put them in together. So it's the style of his music, and this polyphonic kind of style was very important in the Baroque period, and it was actually reflected in its architecture as well. If you look at the buildings of architectures of Baroque time, it's all very intricate with lots of decorative ornaments on their buildings, built that way. And also in the paintings, you can see that it's very dark, it's very clear, and lots of details. And it's almost, if you look at it, you compare it to what you have on the photo, today, it's quite similar. But thinking back, this is in the 17th century, the early 18th century, the kind of possibility to have all these paintings, to have the details in the paintings is so difficult. But that is the style that they have, and that's why it's reflected in this music as well. So I strongly urge you not just to play, you have to go to read about Bach's life and the music in his time, the Baroque style, and watch all these paintings and watch the architectures, have a look at all these things on internet, or you just travel down to Europe and you can actually experience it and make you play this even better, enrich your life and enrich your experiences and enrich your understanding of what you need to do when you play pieces like that. And also when you see a building, you understand the style. When you hear a piece of music, you understand what style it is. So that's very important for you as a music learner. So this is great for 9 to 11. And now next section, now we're in C major now. Now here, again same thing. So you're going to work on that one there. Now right hand takes a while. Now there's a recurring B flat. F sharp, E flat, F sharp. So don't forget to miss those notes there at bar 15. Right here you got E natural, E flat coming in, F natural, E flat coming in, B flat as well. I've been drilling, that's how you should practice. So then join the two bars. So that's how it works. And the next two bars as well. And then we're going to bar 19. The next pattern. Next pattern. And put the whole bar together. Now. Here you possibly can play both hands strongly because they have both very important things. And that's from the, see that figure there from the beginning? So it's copying, bar 20 is copying bar 1 basically. And then left hand, this is quite interesting. So it's quite busy there. Imagine the cello, and then the flute. So and then, so there's lots of busyness here in this middle section, or this second part, where it grows into this huge climax as the harmonies changes. Just look at bar 21 there. Chord 5-7. And then another chord 5-7, A7, and then go D minor. And then we change now. B flat, going softer. Now going to E flat major, B flat major. So going back to F major now. Now this is the same as bar 9 to 11. You're going to drill this. practice this every 2 bars, drill it a lot, and then drill up from the whole thing, one from first start to the end, separately. Make sure it's slow and really secure. When you can play hands together slowly, and then you can slowly increase the tempo. I mean, there's no tempo marking by Bach, so therefore it's quite flexible what tempo you choose here. As long as it's flowing, you've got to play fluently, and then playing with dynamic range from the key changes. For example, at bar 11 to 12, you're going to C major, so you could be quite bright. Now this is quite strong, and then we have this when you go into G minor. The G minor chord there at bar 18 is quite soft, and then here it's quite strong. Now bar 19 coming quite distant, and then now soft, and brings up and drop. Alright, so you drop this at bar 25. Sound, and then build up, and bigger, and then the end is going bigger, and then you got this ending. Right, check the fingering, whatever you choose. Choose a fingering that suits you, that can really facilitate. Avoid using your thumb on the black keys, because that will make you stuck and you can't move from there. So that is the basis of your fingering. Other than that, in Baroque style, they can even crisscross their fingers. So you can choose whatever fingering that suits you, write it down, and be consistent using that fingering all the time. And then drill it to that fingering, then will be secure. And then you could get tangled up if you don't be consistent. So if you're so consistent, you'll be not tangled. That's what I mean. So that one voice that right hand more. Then you miss that one because you think of the right hand. So that one there. So phrase away and there. So bar 32 needs to phrase away and start again. F major. So the pause at the end here, at the end of the bar, meaning it slows down. Alright, so enjoy this number 8 invention, number 8 by Bach.